Well, her name is Crafty. But is it really? Yeah. Her name is Crafty. Yeah, girl. Let's see here. CraftyRia. Yeah. CraftyRia. I said Crafty makes all sorts of stuff. I said, well, CraftyRia, she's tough and cool. CraftyRia, yeah. CraftyRia. I said Crafty makes all sorts of stuff. I said, well, CraftyRia, she's tough and cool. Yeah. Ever since she was a little girl, she said, I like to make things with my hands. I like to make some art that I can put up on a wall, or maybe put it in the mail, and maybe someday someone will get it, you know. Yeah, you know I like to make myself some Christmas cards. Yeah, I like to make all types of stuff. I like to take little scraps of paper, I like to put them all together real cool. Yeah, don't you know that it's fun? I like to do it, yeah. Yeah, say CraftyRia, that's the name, yeah. CraftyRia, say it now, Crafty makes all sorts of stuff. She does now. CraftyRia, she's tough and cool, yeah. You know, she streams on YouTube, it's true. You just gotta put a name right in there, hit subscribe. You should, yeah. And all you ever see are both her hands, you know. Makes me kind of suspicious, you know, that's all I'm saying. You know, maybe she's not a human being. I mean, it's possible. We got all types of things in the chat. You know, we got cows, we got chickens, we got people who supposedly have faces. We got all types of people here too, yeah. You know, maybe she's, you know, maybe she's some kind of creature. Maybe she's got tentacles. I mean, I don't know. Maybe she's got tentacles and she's got hands, animatronic human hands on the ends of two sticks, and she just puts those in front of the camera and does all the crafts, which would make it even more impressive than it already is. You know, just the dexterity involved in such a thing. You know, it would be ridiculous, you know. Yeah. Don't you know her name is CraftyRia? I figured out a secret. She's an octopus. I said she's an octopus, ladies and gentlemen. And that's what it is. Stuff I said. CraftyRia, she's tough and cool. You know, I figured out a secret. I always wondered how she could make all her crafts so fast. Turns out she's got 8 tentacles. She can make 3, 4 different crafts at one time. She could be making a Christmas card over here. She could be unboxing like VB crafts and flamingo diamond paintings and sealing wax embellishments with the others. You know, she could do all types of stuff, man. You know, all at once. You know, she could split her octopus brain into all types of different, you know, things. Yeah. She's tough, yeah. Let's talk about it. CraftyRia. She streams on YouTube, yeah. CraftyRia. With her human hand extensions. Makes all sorts of stuff. I said diamond painting. Diamond painting. I said diamond painting. Just one pro use. You're sick in the head. That I'll tell you what, that boy ain't right. He just say he ain't right, man. Let me tell you, you know, geez, dude. CraftyRia.
Okay, you should have sound now. Welcome in and hello. Thank you for letting me know there was no sound because I was talking to myself. All right. Hello. There should be sound now. Somebody please tell me there is. Okay, you do now. Okay. Excellent. All right. Welcome in anyway. Today is July 28th, the last day of Christmas in July, and we'll make use of it. Well, the last stream of Christmas in July for me. So we will make use of it. I'm going to make some Christmas cards, get ahead of that game. I have a Mad Lib in this book. If someone would like to be the volunteer word picker, please type volunteer in the chat. And then what else? I don't know what else. What was I saying? It's July. It's the end of July. I hope everyone's having a wonderful day. And oh, I said hello to everybody. Welcome in Deborah, Ann, Susan, Destilou, and Elka. I lost track of who I said hello to when I was silent. I said hello silently to everybody, and you did not hear me, obviously, because then it wouldn't have been silent if you heard me. Okay, I know I'm very silly and crazy. So we do have a Mad Lib in this book, and we can get started on that in a second. Let me see if Stream Elements woke up. Let me see. Yes. And let's do Mad Lib. And I know I owe Dusta an envelope of stuff from the last time she volunteered. And yeah, we will do that. Let's see. What am I okay. All right. What am I doing? I don't know what I'm doing. I will tell us what the first word is we need, and we will work on that. I can keep track on my little piece of paper here. I'll kind of just try to pick the first ones I see. Oh, you know what I didn't do? I didn't mark off how many of each I need. All right, hang on. Let me get my thing here. Let me see how many nouns we need. 1, 2, 3. All right, so far we just need 3 regular nouns. So let's do that. 3 nouns, you guys put them in the chat and I will pick some. There. And we shall do the Mad Lib. Meanwhile, let's see. Let me move this out of the way. I have some Christmas cards that I grabbed out of my drawer, and then we have some left over from last week. I just grabbed a stack of them out of my drawer. I think that one is super pretty. And put some of these big ones in the back, so when I pick up the stack, they don't fall all over the place. So let's see, we have some of these. We have some of these handmade ones. Let's start by using up these handmade ones. Okay, Mushroom Forest Benadryl Tarot card. Oh, those are good. Tarot card. An alleyway. I'm going to use Benadryl and alleyway as my first 2. And we need one more. Okay. We'll need plural nouns later, but right now we just need nouns. Let's start with this card. This is Warm Wishes for a Merry Christmas. A lot of the work on this one is already done, but let's do something maybe different with it. Let's see. What if I cut it this way? Oh, and maybe use a strip of that down that way. I have those colors. Let me see if I thought I had a green. There is a green. I don't know that I want to waste a greenback on that. Maybe I will use this color. I'm going to use that color. Fugitive Priest. Okay, we're going with Fugitive Priest. I don't know what a Fugitive Priest is, but I like it, Desta. I like it. Now we need... I can't stop laughing at the Fugitive Priest. I need, it's in a book you're reading, okay? Tell us the name of the book in case anyone else wants to read about a fugitive priest. I love it. Okay, so we're going to need 2 animals. If anyone else wants to read about a fugitive priest, contact Destalou. She will tell you all about it. So this isn't really a green. This is kind of like a dark turquoise blue. But we're going to go ahead and use that anyway. I'm going to do a very small sliver off this left side since it was probably cut by scissors. Beach Music by Pat Conroy. Excellent. So if you guys want to know about a fugitive priest, read the Beach Music by Pat. I'm going to have to write this down. Beach Music. Pat Conroy. Okay. So I need to cut this. I think I want more on the bottom, less on the top. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to cut it like that. And then this measures 4 1/4. So I'm going to cut it at about 4 1/8. I'm going to cut a little bit more off. And then, yeah, this will work this way. This will be a fun little thing. I'm going to cut the white pieces off. Oops, there's still a little white showing on that one. Let's see how this will work. So I think that's pretty cool. I wonder if I should cut off that white edge there, although there is a white edge on the other side. So maybe I'll leave it. You started the book last night. It's about halfway through. Don't know how he affects the plot. That's funny. The fugitive priest. All right, so we're going to go with that. So that kind of just changes up the way that this looks. Kind of neat. Just for fun. But I do want to put maybe something more decorative across the bottom here. I know we do have the glitter there. Let's see. There is this. I don't know that I love that. What about, what about this? No, because that's gold. What about gold? Hold on. No, I still don't like that. It doesn't stand out very well. Oh, do I have... Hold on. Hold on. I have snowflake trim. I do. Oh yeah, let's do the snowflake trim across the bottom. It just kind of gives it a little something. A little something, something. There we go, since it has snowflakes. I don't want to do like glitter ribbon or something because I don't want to compete with the glitter that's already there. Now I could have cut it out and left the shape of the card the same, you know, the pattern the same, but I decided to kind of, I don't know, just do something different and funny. There. And this way I'm gonna put, I think I'll just do 4 across there and not there, unless I just did, no, or do I want to do it all the way across the bottom? No, I think just across that piece, and then I'll figure out what to do over here. Let's cut this. So we do need some animals for the Mad Lib. I have, that's not what I'm looking for. Where is the thing that I am looking for? I got, no, it didn't get censored. Seahorse and ass. They did not get censored. What did you do? You put in a phone number and it got censored. You said ass, which is a donkey, by the way. And it did not get censored. I know, right? By the way, last Wednesday, we played Animal Crossing on Twitch, and I went to Anne's Island. It is very nice, by the way. Wild Mustangs. All right. We will use, I'll be nice. I'll use seahorses and Wild Mustang. Wild Mustang. All right. Now we need, what do we need next? We got an animal. A type of food, plural. It was fun coming to your island. Her island is great. If you guys don't know, Animal Crossing is a video game. It's kind of like watching a cartoon. If you don't play it. You could still watch, and it's like watching a cartoon. It's really cool. Empanadas. Oh, I like empanadas. Let me see. I have these snowflakes. I was looking for some that were little. So we can do like 1, 2. Here, let's go. 1, 2, 3. There. That's fine. I will do that. And mussels. Apples and peanut butter. I like apples and peanut butter. Sometimes I dip my apples in peanut butter. I cut them up and, oh, so good. So delicious. So delicious. I like them dipped in caramel sauce as well. But I generally have peanut butter. I don't generally have caramel sauce. Sitting around the house, you know. S'mores, that's another good one. Okay. I love s'mores too. Fresh made s'mores on the grill. Yes, I will take them. Thank you. All right, so I'm going to leave this as is. We have that kind of cool, kind of just snowflakey. I wonder if I should put a snowflake up here. I probably should. Let's do it. One of these from over there. Let's balance this card out, and I will put one kind of there. Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. When I'm done putting this down, I will pick one of those foods. And I think I'm going to pick s'mores. I'm trying not to read ahead in the thing to know. You like the ingredients by themselves. I do too. Well, especially the chocolate. I really only like marshmallows if you put them on the grill and you set them on fire, and then the outside is black and burned. That's the way I like my marshmallows. Let's go with s'mores. I think there's only one type of food. Okay. All right. Now let's go with an adjective. Just one? One adjective. Just one. All right, we have this, which is kind of cute. It is a little bit plain, so we're going to have to do, we're going to have to make it fancy. And there is a hole up here that we're going to have to, you know, take care of. So first, let me just cut the front of the card off. Or the back of the card, depending on how you look at it. Am I cutting the front of the card off, or am I cutting the back of the card off? One never knows. Now, I can't get this off cleanly, so I really can't trim this red part down on the side. So maybe I could put something over that instead of trying to trim it down too much. And there is green. I don't know if if I have an actual green card base. Maybe we'll just have to go with a white card base. So let's go with white. Let's see, I do need to trim it up a little bit though, so there is a little bit of a white border. There's not much room to trim off the sides. Welcome in, Ange. We are looking for an adjective for the Mad Lib. These are like sequins, but I could put an embellishment up there. Maybe some sequins. I don't have any sequins handy, but I could maybe put some other doodads and have it match. I think that's what I will do. Welcome in, Purpose, Productivity, Faith. Welcome in, welcome in. Faith is a good way to say that. Yes, just faith. So yeah, you know, I could add some bling, some round bling, and I bet a piece of round bling will fit up there. I have sequins, but I can't get to them right now. So that's what I will do. I will add some more things, and whatever I add, I will put maybe some green bling, and I could put some up there, and then some clear bling up around that hole. Let me see if bling is the right size. Where is my bling? Oh, my bling is hiding. Let's see. Well, the green will fit. All right, that'll work. I'll just do some random blings. Oh, yes, my little triangle houses. I call them triangle. Bruce is talking to the TV with suggestions. Oh, you know, my Mad Lib calls for a person in the room. I think you guys, do you think we're going to have to put Bruce? I think so. Let me just put Bruce in there right now. Where is person? Yep. Yes. Bruce. Okay. We have the person in the room. Since I'm the word picker, I'm the executive. It's my executive decision that we honor Bruce. All right, so we have the bling piece, one of them up there, and I'll put some more around here just to make it look like that piece of bling belongs up there. And then maybe I'll put another, I could do like a corner of bling up here. There. And then I'll put maybe some other, I wish I had more of those red pieces, but I will add some red bling to the bottom. Oh, maybe I should add 3 pieces of green down at the bottom. No, I'll just leave it there. I'm just going to leave this as is. So we kind of have a bling explosion on the bottom. We have some bling up at the top. Covered up the hole. You'd never know it was there. So kind of cool. I'm going to just leave it be. All right. Recycling some Christmas cards for sure. Scrawny, nervous, colossal. All right. Excellent choices. So then I have this one here with the cute little gingerbread men or women. I'm going to trim this one side just in case it was cut with scissors. I think it's cute too. I like it a lot. All right, so an adjective, I think I just needed one. So I'm going to pick nervous. All right, next thing we need is a number. I think we just need one number. Yep, we have person and room. Number. So put a number in and I will pick one. I have white. Let's see. I also may have red. Let me see if the red I have matches that red closely enough. Oh, that's pink. That's not red at all. That's also a different color pink. Let's look at this thing. I wonder if there's a brown. This pink will go here. This is red. That's kind of dark. Do I have a brown? Is there a brown? There is not a brown. There's this color. Is this too orange? If you want to take over, Ange, I would love it. I would love it. I will save you my scraps again. Of course. I would like a brown, a dark brown. But I don't believe I have a dark brown. No dark brown. So, do I want to go with red? I have very few red card bases. No. Let's just go with white. Since it's not really going to, much of it is not really going to show anyway. I'm going to trim off some of the existing white. There, so we have white. I wonder if I could ink the edges of this card base and make them look brown. Or I also wonder if I have a better red. I know, dark browns are hard to find. Although maybe I'll just leave it be white. I'm just going to leave it be white. I'm going to leave it. But what else am I going to put on here to make this cute? I do have maybe some gingerbread men in here. I could add some wooden gingerbread men to it. I have one. The wording on this card is all, I have two, like brown sugar, molasses, you know, things like that. Yeah, white does bring out the sentiment. You are correct. Oh, what if I just put one in the center there? Like he's holding the hands of the other two. What do you think? Should I put just one in the center, or should I put one up here? Let me know, you guys. And what else could I put on here? Creighton says, hey. I'm looking to see if I have any other gingerbread men. Not really. The one in the center. Yeah, I think I like it in the center. Okay. So he's just kind of hanging on to these guys. That way it's not overwhelming. Yeah, you're right. Odd number. Everyone says it's the best. I don't always follow the rules of odds, but you are correct. People do like odd numbers, but you don't always have to follow that rule. Yeah, and sometimes I go by with whatever I feel like at the time. Now there's also, I also have a piece of candy. I'll keep him in the center. But I'm wondering if a piece of candy would look cute up at the top. No, I think that's too much. I'm just going to leave this card as is. A brown bow. Yeah, I wish I had brown ribbon. Oh, wait, I might. Hold on. Hold on. I gotta get up. Is this brown? I don't know if this is brown. I can't see from where I am sitting. That's probably black. That's bright gold. That's not going to work. Okay. I'm looking on my wall of little ribbon. I can't tell what color this is. Oh, it might be brown. It's kind of wide though. It's not thin. Let's see if I can take it apart and figure out what color it is. This is black. It is not going to work. It is black. Well, darn it. Let me look one more place. Oh, two more places. I have some extra ribbons here. Let's see if any browns. Let me see. Well, there's some scrap ribbons in there. No brown in here. I do have this. It is not really brown though. No brown. No brown in there. I have some scraps in here. Let's see. Let's see what I have. This is black. Yeah, I bet you're right. I bet it does. I think I'm going to have to go with the striped because there's no brown in this. But the striped has dark, medium, and light. So let's see if I could tie a bow. Just like a shoelace bow. And that's how that would look. That's kind of cute. All right, let's adhere these things down. Good idea, Susan. You're so smart. I'll neaten up the bow in a minute. And we will stick this guy. Does he have a front and a back? Not really. I'm just using fabric tack on the back of this. I have balloon dots, but fabric tack happens to be handy. I'm going to try to make the bow a little bit more on that end so there's less waste of this ribbon in case I ever need brown ribbon again. You never know when you need brown ribbon. Brown embellishments are hard to come by. Brown card bases, brown cardstock. Welcome in, Michelle. All right, this will work. We need, oh yes, tell us you're on official news. Inquiring minds want to know. We need a number. Okay, let me trim this like right about there and see. I still have a little bit left over. Yay! Michelle, congratulations. Do I want to put it like to the side? Maybe a little bit to the side and not directly under. Let's do that. And I'm going to do a little bit of a dovetail on the end of this here, or whatever they call that, where you fold it. So you fold the ribbon in half and you chomp it. That's called ribbon chomping. I made that up. There. So we'll kind of put that over to the side. Because if you look closely on this, it is not even in that oval. So this will make up for it and you won't realize that it's not even. Congratulations, Michelle. Good thing that they interviewed you anyway. That is awesome. So happy for you. I told you I would hire you. I would give you a promotion, Michelle. But I'm not in charge of your company. All right. There we go. So we have that. I think that did come out kind of cute. Thank you for that idea, Michelle and or Bruce. Look, we have these two. Oh, I can save these things for Ange. Look, she's getting these two little tiny pieces of ribbon. She's getting this. I need to get an envelope. Let me grab an envelope out of my desk drawer. I have this big old envelope. I just want to make sure it's big enough. Oh, I understand about not announcing. We won't tell anybody. It's not like it'll be up on YouTube or anything. You know. You want the big one. I'm going to covet that big one. Because, you know, brown ribbon is hard to come by. I'm coveting the big ones. Nobody's allowed to have the big one. All right. Someone should quote Ange saying, I want the big one. All right, there's that. Let me bring my thing back over. All right, so in that thing, I still have those. And I have these, but I don't really make very many religious cards. What else do I have? Peace. I like some of those pieces. Okay. So I have this and this. Now these are two different, excuse me, cards. Peaceful Christmas, Wishes, Merry Christmas. I might take both of these since they are the same and kind of work it out. I did not say to quote that, Ange. I said to quote Ange saying, I want the big one. Michelle wants to make religious cards this year. Mindless crafting stamp set. Oh, cool. How do I fix that? Well, oh, I'm covering the big one. In Stream Elements, there's a place. If you send me a message to change quote number, whatever, I will do it. But I'll forget. So I have this black paper left over, but it has some sort of sticky on it. Now, there is this hole in this one here. Let me see if I could take this apart. It's like we ran into the problem with the last one. What if I do? Because this could be the inside of the card. This could be the front. No, there is this. This goes behind that. Yeah, but then I'd have to go out in the other room and microwave. But let me cut this apart completely. Let's do this. I'm going to take this off. All right, I'm going to take this off. I'm going to take this. I'm just taken this whole card apart. Let me see if I can get this humper off of here, at least most of it. Because I don't need a humper where I don't need a humper. There you go, Ange. It's about time. So I think, can I cut this off? Yeah. Where is my, here's my thing. Whoops. This is 2 different cards, but it has the same like background paper. Oh, I'm going to try, I know I'm going to ruin this. I'm going to try not to ruin this. All right, let's not ruin this too much. There. So I have this strip. Yeah, I'm deconstructing 2 handmade cards. I can use that as scrap for something else. There. Get rid of that. So I have these 2 pieces. I have this, and then I have this. I wonder if I could maybe make 2 cards. I think we've determined that I do not have black card bases. I should have white. Possibly. Where are all my white card bases? Where are my white card bases? I need to make white card bases. I have some. So let me see about this. I could maybe use some black glitter paper. Just kind of get an idea. I don't know that I like that. This, you made this from a card kit? Oh, maybe it was a card kit. Ah, now we know. What if I did, hold on though, this over here, this over here, this over here, and cut off. It would be, that would be how tall it would be. That might be kind of cool. And then you wouldn't have that hole up there. I kind of like the layer. All right, let's do that. I'm going to layer these pieces together. All right, last call for a number for the Mad Lib. What happened? Why should we review them? I don't know what. Okay. I missed something. All right, we're going to put this, I'm going to put this in this bottom corner like that all the way to the end. Then I'm going to put this review. Wait a minute, I missed what Dusta. All 20 quotes tonight. Oh, how do you get them to pop up? You type exclamation point quote 1 quote 2 quote 3, you know, that sort of thing, and they will come up. Yeah. All right, so we have that. Of course, I know there's too much at the top. I understand, but don't you worry. We're going to get rid of what's at the top. I'm going to trim the bottom of this to make it perfectly even. That's it. That was quote, and you did it right the first time. The first quote just says this is the first quote. Nothing fancy to the first quote. I'm not sure where the top of the card will be. My first few quotes were boring, okay? I'm eyeballing this. There. 5280. Oh, that's right. I saw that, and then I got carried away with quotes. 5280. 5280. All right, the next word we need, how about let's do a plural noun, and we need two plural nouns. I didn't count these out ahead of time, so I could screw up. I've been doing really good by counting them out ahead of time before my stream, and guess what I forgot to do today? I mean, I'm perfect most times, but not all the time. All right, I'm probably perfect none of the time, but okay, so there we have that. I actually like the way that looks. And there is almost a tiny bit of a lip there, but I didn't want to cut off the top of the card, the fold, because once you cut the fold, you can't go back. All right, so we have these pieces that'll go to Ange. And then we have this, which could go there. Maybe I'll put it on a little slant. No, I'll go straight. Some days I'm awesome. Some days I'm pushing the pull door. Yes, that is a good quote. There. Okay, there we go. So we took 2 cards and made 1. But I like the way it looks. It looks very 3D because this is layered on top. It's kind of cool. I'm not going to lie, I didn't like this card that much before, and I like it a lot now. I'm not a black and white. Black and white, it's hard for me just to kind of use mostly black and white. But I do like the way this looks now. I'm a happy girl now. Some days I'm awesome. Some days I push the pull door. It's just the way it is. Some cards are awesome. Some cards push the pull door. I'm so crazy. All right. Now, that is all of the non-religious cards that came in this thing. I have a pile where I keep religious cards, and I should do a giveaway or something like that of the religious cards. Maybe I'll do that today with these. I have this one, this one, this one, and this one. And I think they're just almost all front only. So we have that. Remind me at the end of the stream to do a giveaway for those religious cards, and I'll send them to somebody. And I'll add others to fill it up to like the next ounce. So this is to a lovely auntie and uncle, which I do not have a lovely auntie and uncle to send this to, but I could cut those words off, and I have this much left, which is kind of cool. And I like this edge. So let's see what seems wrong. Let me see. I'm going to trim this edge. Let's take care of that. Cut it with an edge scissor. But I think I'll just leave that edge that's decorative. Anyway, I have that. Maybe I'll put this in. Well, I should send this to Ange. That's a scrap, technically. Oh, around the design? Oh, it seems wrong to cut into... to cut apart. I see what you're saying. See, if I do, this has to be in this orientation because those are hearts, but I could cut that. And have that edge. Just have one decorative edge. And then put something cool down at the bottom. The problem with cutting the other three sides with a decorative edge scissor is I'll never get them straight. They will be crooked. Let me see if I have something to go across the bottom here to make it look cool. Yes, Crichton. We all know you're there. We all hear you. This green, oh, this green would look really pretty with it. That green ribbon, I think, would be very good. Oh, follow along the top. Well, I already chopped, but that's okay. I'm going to trim this side. We'll have one decorative edge down one side. What is number 5? I don't know that clams are very wrinkled. I don't remember why. That must have been from a Mad Lib. I don't know that clams are very wrinkled. Yeah, that must have been a Mad Lib. This could go on the inside of the card, possibly. What is it you say, Michelle, about the inside? You have a nice way of putting it. Okay, we have that. That will work. I put contagious germs on the wrong spot. Now that I don't remember. I found it in my drawers. These quotes, they're all a little crazy. I thought of something to do with that, but it's too late now. I already glued it down. That's not going to work. I'll have to put it on here. It's too late. Seeing them out of context, right? Yes. Seeing them out of context definitely makes them crazy. They're making you giggle. Yeah, they are pretty funny. The out of context is always so fun. Welcome in, Christine. You had a wayward kitty cat. She came wandering in at 1 a.m. I didn't tell you guys about the dogs last week. This is a great story. Your kitty cat, Christine, made me think of the dogs. I'm going to do what I wanted to do, but differently. It was last Wednesday, so I told it on Twitch. I don't think I told it on here. I did not keep a dog. Last Wednesday, at about 5 o'clock or so, sitting on my front step were 3 dogs. And they were really cute. A papa dog and 2 puppies. Very cute. They were pit bulls. They all had collars. They looked very clean. Like I said, they all had collars. And I went outside to see if they had name tags, identification, or, a rabies tag or registration or anything like that. Well, they didn't have any kind of tags on their collars, but all the dogs looked very clean and they were so friendly. They wouldn't let me back in the house. They were all over me. And the puppies were like, I was wearing like pajama capris. So they were like loose capris down just below my knee. The puppies were jumping up and biting on them. And they'd all let me pet them. They were so happy that I came out. It was like, oh, we get to play. We get to play. Oh boy, this is so exciting, So I went down to the mailbox. And they followed me down to the mailbox. They wouldn't let me in the front door. It was really hard to get back in the house. I wanted to give them water because it was like 95 degrees out. So I brought them a bowl of water. And our Humane Society at the time was closed because they had a scare of distemper. It was 300 degrees, yes. And they had a scare of distemper, so they were closed. So they were like, if you find any stray dogs, let us know, but we can't know that we're not going to come get them. Just, try to keep an eye on them until we can find the owner. So I did send them a message. I put messages up in my local Facebook groups and that sort of thing. We did find the owner. They happened to be our neighbors way up on the hill. We live out in the country. But meanwhile, though, I didn't know that where they lived at the time. I look outside and they had taken the welcome mat from the porch and they had chewed it up. This welcome mat looked like a puzzle. Okay. There were pieces everywhere. So I thought, well, I have a million dog toys, and they kept getting stuff from the porch. And, I'd see one of them in the grass chewing on something they found on the porch. Another one had rocks in his mouth from the creek. So I thought, let me get them toys. Because, I have a million toys left over from Jonah. So I gave them each a toy. So it's 3 toys. The 2 puppies took their toys immediately. I mean, they were so happy. They grab them out of my hand. They run to the creek, which is dry. They run to the creek, and I couldn't see them anymore because, the creek goes down low. And I'm like, oh, I hope they ran home with these toys. One of the puppies, 10 minutes later, comes back and starts playing with Daddy's toy because he didn't care about the toy. The other one never came back. So a couple hours later, the mom, or maybe an hour later, the mom reached out to me. And it's like, those are my dogs, And I said, oh, okay. I gave her my address, come get them, whatever. And I told her, I said, one of them took a toy and ran. She says, well, 2 of them came home with toys. And then one left again because he came back to take his daddy's toy. So one of them got the toy and went home, never came back. And then the other one came back to get daddy's toy. So I thought it was funny that he ran home with the toy, which their house is on the other side of the creek. I thought that was hilarious. I thought for sure, Todd and I both thought that they were going to come back every day asking for new toys, but they never did come back. Crichton is leaking now. I don't know if you hear him dripping. He makes a dripping sound, like a faucet dripping. And he was probably making that sound. That's probably what he was doing. And I said that. And then somebody quoted it. All right, so we have a bow up there with the sheer ribbon because I thought it would look neat. And then I need something on here. I need a poinsettia, maybe. I have this. I think this poinsettia would be okay. It is kind of bright, though. I think it'll be all right. I'm gonna use it. Get rid of that. Even though that there is green here and it does not match that green, it's too big. I don't have a smaller one. I could fussy cut. No, that's not a full poinsettia. I don't have another poinsettia, so what do you want me to put there? I have this little tiny one, but that's too small. Because of the bow. Should I put nothing? What do you want me to put there? I'm looking to see what else I have. I don't have another poinsettia. I'll just leave it blank. All right, I won't put any embellishment there. Let me put this on the inside. All right. Put that right there. All right, there we go. I will call that done. All right, let me see what else I have to do. Grab the rest of my cards. What's the matter? What, Ange? Yes, ma'am. That guy is really cute. I have a house. I can put the bow lower. I don't know if it'll come off. There. Okay. Let me see. We have a couple of those little guys. We have that. I really like this, but I'm not sure what to do with it. This is cool too. I like that. Then we have all those cats, which is really another cool card. Let me see what else I grabbed. I just grabbed a handful. No plans for any of these. I ain't got no plans. I have a neat green tree. I think might work with that. That's cute. And that is cute, but it's also very large. All right. All right, what do we need for the story? 2 plural nouns, right? Is that what we decided? 1, 2. 1. 2 plural nouns, I believe. Yes, last call for plural nouns. So this is from Carl and Gail. They must have had these printed. Oh, I like that. That is there. Oh, see, I can't keep it say the Kendalls though, right? Because we're not the Kendalls. And I can't use that sentiment then either. I thought these would look good, or this trim would look good with it. I think that would look kind of cool. I like it. I've had this trim forever. This is felt and it's several layers. Well, by several, I mean 2. So let me trim this down. I could keep Warm Winter Wishes, but I have to cut off the Kendalls. Sorry, Kendalls. Cheese boards. And what if I did, so let me take off from the Kendalls. I have an idea. I need to trim this so that is even all the way around. And what if I did light beams and poop bags? Okay. All right. Light beams. Oh my God, poop bags would have gone good there. Where is... Oh no, poop bags is really good. I guess poop bags would go good no matter where you put it. Poop bags. Okay. No, it's fine where it went. Plural noun, gone. Okay. Now we need, let's do 2 verbs. Both of them are past tense. 2 past tense verbs. Now, since this has a thing, what if I made it open like that? And then I can use that sentiment as long as I leave warm winter wishes there. Or I could cut it right at that. No. Yeah. Let me see. And then I could put this right above that. And then have a both side thing. Or not have the warm winter wishes. I'm just going to cover up the warm winter wishes. Because that piece does look pretty funny. I need to get a piece of cardstock. A regular white piece. Yeah, I like it better without it. I agree. Only because it's kind of doesn't match the rest of the card. So, and it gives the trees a little more room. They take up less space there. All right, so I need to get my thing. I am going to score about 1/2 inch down one side of this paper. It doesn't really matter how much you score when you do this. It just needs a little piece to grip onto. Okay, then I'm going to, on this flap, I'm going to put some glue or tape or whatever. Whatever you use is what you could do. And then I'm going to carefully place this along that fold. It is not even. There. Okay. There's something about getting older and your hair falls out and your teeth fall out and your bladder falls out and your boobs fall down and your butt falls down and your face falls down. Well, yeah, there is something about that. So then I'm going to trim this side of the card. I think that's the longest quote ever. It doesn't even fit on one line. I should have waited to trim that edge off until I put this on, but that's okay. Okay, so here we have this card now that is going to open like that. And let's move those over there. Now, before I do anything lumpy on the front, I'm going to put some glitter tape over this fold. And I think I'll do blue, maybe blue, since there's a lot of blue here. Let's go with this blue. That matches their hats. Okay. Let's cover this up. It also helps this to hold in place. Covers the rough edge and the raw edge and helps it to hold in place. There. Your husband said the older you get, the stronger gravity gets. Everything goes south. Yes, it's exactly right. You're right. And it's also harder to get up off the ground if you sit on the floor. I don't. So when you get to a certain age, you don't sit on the floor without a plan to get back up, right? You need a plan for getting back up if you're going to sit on the ground. Where's my scissors? Scissors. I'm just going to cut it there for now, and then I will trim it better. I will center that a little bit. Now this is going to be, it's going to make the card very thick. This trim is really thick. I don't use it often, probably because it's so thick. Part of the reason I don't is because it's so thick. But it wouldn't be bad on a card that you hand deliver. But to go through the mail, you might have to put extra postage on this. Oh yes, you have floor muscles. Destaloo, you have floor muscles from sitting on the floor with kiddos. That's for sure. I do not have floor muscles. If I'm on the floor, it means that I fell. If I have to sit down, I need something to get myself back up with. All right, so there. So we have that. I like the way that looks. I just thought these trees matched those background trees pretty good. And they look pretty cool. And let me see. I think maybe a snowflake up at the top. Let me go with one of these snowflakes. Yeah, I like the snowflake at the top. I don't have floor muscles, no. The felt trim I got, oh my gosh, 5-10 years ago, I don't know how long, on clearance, I think at Michael's after Christmas. I don't use it much because it's so thick. And I had it someplace. I forgot about it. I forgot I had it. And I saw it the other day and I'm like, oh, let me grab that down. I might use it for something. But yeah, it's kind of cool. It came in this, it had a plastic round, container. I don't know if they still make it or if you can get it anywhere, but it's neat. So yeah, we have that card. And I think I will leave that card as is because I think the focal point is the that trim. All right. And let's see, now what? What next? What about the house card? Can I use that trim on that house card? That trim might actually look good on that one too. Where is the house? Mr. House card. Where are you? I like that. That is another easy one too. What am I going to do? I have this house. I don't think it's going to match the house though. I do not think these are going to look good with this house. Yeah. No, I don't like it with the house. And I don't think it's going to look good on this because it's going to cover up that sleigh. Yeah. It just doesn't lend itself to that very well. But it looked really good on that other card. So this card is a cheater card. Okay. It is a store-bought card. And it already has ribbon, not ribbon, but like rope for the lights. It has holographic. And it is Minted Art Home Stationery by Oh What Fun, design by Amy Payne. So I could do something with this and glossy accents or stickles on the lights. And just kind of leave it at that. I don't have to do anything super special. The snowman card, Anne, or this one? Stickles make it glittery. Okay, let me trim this up here. Yeah, it is pretty. I don't know where it came from. You know, like what store. I'm sure it wasn't cheap. A box of these cards, a box of 10 of them is probably $25 or something, right? How much do Christmas cards cost these days? This one is very cool, very festive. Fun. Let's see. I have a 5x7 base. Will it fit? Yes, it will. It will just fit on a 5x7 base. I'm going to trim it down so there's a small white border. I could take a little off the top. Right, definitely half off after the holidays. I would not pay full price. Can you imagine paying full price for a box of cards like this? I cannot imagine. I'm going to move that Christmas bulb out of the way because I want to trim a little bit off this side. And then I will stick that Christmas bulb back down. So we have this one here goes there. Oh, like that. Okay. Yeah, I don't know how much these would cost. I would not pay for I don't buy cards anymore. I wouldn't pay anything for them. But I'm glad somebody did. And this card was actually sent to Todd. One of his coworkers gave it to him. There, so we have that little white edge. I like it. Now there are these little pieces here that are just loose. And I guess that's the way they are meant to be. This one is glued down. This one I could see was glued right there. Make the spinach, egg, and extra sharp cheddar cheese bake. It is delicious. Oh. All right. What word do we need? What are we looking for? Oh, 2 past tense verbs, right? Are we still looking for two past tense? Yep, 2 past tense. You and your boyfriend call it Hakuna Frittata. I like that. I think you're right, Dusta. I think they are. If you can get them that cheap. They're probably more like $10 a piece. Okay, here we go. Oh, what fun. All right. Let's put this, oops, it's sticking. Do that. And let me go grab my stickles. I want to make sure those stayed down because I did move them. And we're going to jazz up the light bulbs because nobody likes plain light bulbs. I have this one here. This is crystal. We'll use that. And we will go around the balls. Bulbs. They're not really balls. They're not Christmas balls. They're bulbs. I don't know why I keep calling them balls. Whopped and crashed. crashed. Okay. Now we need a plural animal. We had animals before. We used, what did we use for animals? A seahorse and wild mustang. So we need another animal, which I didn't notice at the time when we did the others. A plural animal. They could be balls, yes. They could be balls. They could be bulbs. They could be whatever. And you could put the other animal in that we didn't use. And if you guys put an animal in before, you can put it back. Just make it plural. I don't know if Ange saw them. Oh my gosh. If the dogs that came in my yard last week were Great Danes, I would have kept them. I'd have kept them. One plural animal. Not two, one. I'm going to put a little piece of sparkle in the center of these little stars. Just for fun, because I have the stickles in my hand, and I can. And I can. Okay. I'm going to call this card done. I'm going to try to not put my fingers in it. And this card mostly was done for me. And now they all sparkle, so it's even better. This is even better than the original card. And it was not $1 million. I happen to have a piece of a scrap here that I'm going to put this sentiment on the inside of the card. I elevated it. That's right. You bought a pack of 12 Christmas cards for $2.99. Oh, that's a good price. $3.99 US is a great price. Yes. Christine, that was a great deal. Buying cards after Christmas is great. My aunt got cards from Sam's or Costco, and they were, I don't think I have any handy. I may have used them all. They had inside the card, there were like 3 lines of snowmen that looked like die-cut snowmen. And so she gave me, she sent us one for Christmas. So I used it, and my mother-in-law gave me her used one. I made so many cards with those little snowmen because there must have been a dozen inside each one, or at least 8 to 12. So I always look for stuff like that, because if you can get a pack of those cards right after Christmas, and it has, each card has 12 snowmen, it's worth the price because you can make so many other cards from them. Quote, oh no, I thought it was another quote. I'm inclined. Quote streams on YouTube. I don't know. Never. Don't listen to what I say. I do. I stream on YouTube on Monday nights at 7 o'clock, which is tonight. Also Twitch on Wednesdays at 7, and Thursdays at 8 is my secret stream on Twitch. This week I have a bonus stream Saturday night. I am doing a super secret, an extra music stream for a benefit, a fundraising benefit. So Thursday nights at 8 o'clock is music, and Saturday night it's late. It's 10 to midnight is the raid train that I'm in. It's in the moderator chat and on my schedule in the Discord. All right, so here we go. I think I'll do this one. Okay, I'm going to trim the very top of the card. Now, what if I make this into a smaller card rather than a 5x7? Okay. Let me see what I have for blue. All right. See if I have a blue card. That's too bright of a blue. I need more of a blue, not a bright blue. What's that? I have white. I think we're going to go with white because I don't think I'm going to have a blue to match. Okay. I think I like the idea of white, actually. I do have other blues. Hold on. Nope. I'm going to go with white. Let's see. If I were to get rid of the warm holiday wishes and go with that. Yeah, I think I'll do that. I'm just going to cut off this little thing. All right, what do we need now? A plural animal. Last call for plural animal. Let me trim this to 4 1/8. And let me go with 5 3/8. It'll go there. Yeah, I'm going to trim a little bit off this side. And then this side will be about 5 3/8. Oh, I kind of don't want... Well, it's too late. I'm going to go there. There. Yeah, that'll work. Let me trim a little bit more off the bottom. I was trying to make it even and not have like just part of that church showing because I thought it would look funny. That's good. That'll work. Kangaroos. I'll put that on the inside. Look, this could be a bookmark. Or a tag, gift tag. You know, gift tags after Christmas would also make really good cards. Let me see. Do I have... Ooh. Things are falling. Things have fell out of my bag. I thought I had some of that white glittery twine. I do not, but I have this little piece of silver. That could probably work. Let me see. What do I have for twine? I thought I had that twine. Where would it be? I do not know. No. Oh man, I just saw it like just before I went live. I seen it with my own eyes, and now I don't know where it is. I'll find it as soon as the stream's over. I know it. I know I will. Yes, I can thumper the center. Yeah, it probably was humper and it did get changed to thumper. If you send me that too in a note, I will fix that quote. You can, it's a new feature, I think, in Stream Elements. You can what do I want to say? You can edit the quotes now. But put like quote number 16 and I will do it. They're probably in numerical order. I'm just going to put this down here since I happen to have it on my desk. And it fits perfectly. We'll do that. Thank you. Yeah. Either that or maybe whoever typed it in may have misunderstood what I was saying. You know, like heard it the wrong way. I don't know. Could be. I don't know who quoted it. Although really only a mod can. So you would have known. You and or Christine would have both known. Yeah. So it was probably an autocorrect thing. So we have that. Kind of easy. I'm going to put this on the inside while I'm thinking about it. And then I'm going to put some bling on that tree. All right. Last call for animal. Oh, we got it. Lemurs. All right. Let me go get the other thing. Or let me go get another. Pick out another word. Lemurs. All right. We need a vehicle. A vehicle. Car, bus, bicycle, you know, something like that. Let me get my baby white bling. Where is my bling box? Oh, I see it. I see you put all the animals. I can't even talk. The vehicles in there. Where's my itty bitty baby white bling? I don't have any really tiny white bling. Where is it? All right, I have those little pieces. Maybe I'll just randomly put the little guys on, because these are too big. I need to order me some white baby bling. I lost that piece. Food truck. I was going to put Christmas lights on a string. I have to put them on individually now. On this decorated tree. That is a good vehicle food truck. I like it. There's the one that ran away. There. Okay, one more over here. I'm going to add some stickles to these lights here and in the windows, just to kind of make them warmer and make them stand out a little bit. And the street lights. Okay, there we go. Okay, there. I'm going to leave that one as is. I think that is pretty good. I don't know what else I would do to it anyway. Oh, don't set that in the other stickles. I almost set it on top of the other card that had stickles. I came this close. All right, now what? One more card. We can do one more. It depends on how fast we finish the Mad Lib. Let's see. This is pretty cool. What am I going to do? What am I going to do? This one I love very much. I like this big old Santa too. This is to Rick from Shirley. Who are Rick and Shirley? I don't know. I don't know. Whoops. My thing fell on my lap. You sit over there. Don't fall on my lap. I have some neat ribbons. What if I ribboned this up? I have ribbon in here of that green. I don't think the green would be good. Red inside the green. These are little scraps of ribbon. White. No, not white. Let me see. Ooh. What about this? Ooh. That is good. Let's go with that, not that. Okay, let's go with this ribbon. And maybe I make a bow and a design. Let's try. I only need a piece this big and this big, and then the rest could be a bow. And I could put, although the bow probably wouldn't show up very good. I don't think there's enough. Let's see if I can make a tiny, tiny bow. Tonight's the night of the bow making. I could put the bow there, kind of, though. All right, let's see. All right. And if you pick one of those vehicles, I'll put it in the Mad Lib. Oops. Yeah, and I'll have enough of this ribbon left over. Yeah, I could put it there, and then I could still have enough of this ribbon to put there and there. Okay, let's do that. And then while Ann just picking one of those, I'll tell you what the last words are. 3 parts of the body, and one of them is plural. And I don't know. I don't think this will fit on a regular card base. No. And I think a 5x7 is going to be way too big. Dune buggy. Okay, good. I like the dune buggy. All right. Dune buggy. Yeah, and the last one are 3 parts of the body. One of them is plural. Will this fit? Oh, no. It will not. All right, I'm going to make a card base. Custom size card base. That is 4. It'll be enough, wide enough. If I go with 4 1/4, it shall be wide enough. Toesy Woesies. Okay, yeah, that'll work. And then it'll have a little white border around it, which is perfect. Let's just go there. There we go. Yes. So we have this bow. The bows are all Susan's fault. She made me start with bows, and I got on a bow kick. There. Then I'm going to cut this in half, and it'll be this. We are like using every little piece of this ribbon. So then I'm going to take my, where's my knife? Here it is. My finger blade, and I'm going to just trim, or not trim, but I'm going to mark a spot along there and a spot along there. And stick this through the hole. If I can open it up, let's make it a little bigger. I can't get it in the hole. I can't get it in the hole. There we go. Do not quote that. Okay. There. I need to make the hole bigger. Oh, you got your Christmas in July card last week? Excellent. I haven't been back to my post office since the last time I showed off the cards I got. So I don't know if there are any more cards hanging out. All right, this should work better now. I told you not to quote that. I said, do not quote this. I said it with my own mouth. It's like I seen it with my own eyes. I said it with my own mouth not to quote this, and you did. You quoted it. All right. These quotes get taken out of context. I mean, that's what's fun about them, really. You were already doing it. You couldn't stop. All right, and then there's this little piece here. So see, you can do this if you don't have enough ribbon. This is what you do. You cheat. Messy string behind. Yeah, no. I can't do very many messy things. Where you just kind of loop it around. Yeah, I'm not good at messy. All right, so we have that. I think that looks kind of cool like that. And then this will go here. It kind of makes it look like this card was meant to be like this. Oh, you're asking me, do I know how? I think what they do is like pretend this is string. They just like loop it around their hand, tie it in a knot, and then you've got all these messy loops, and then stick it on there. I've never gotten it to look right though. And if you don't want loops, if you want the edges unlooped, then just cut them. I can't do it. My brain, look, I can barely ink the edges of something. I can't bring myself. I have to have super neat, clean edges. Me making a messy card would be way out of my comfort zone. We should do it. CraftyRia is out of her comfort zone stream sometime. Where I do torn. See, I don't like torn edges. Because it makes me out of my comfort zone. Where are my balloon dots? I just had them. Oh, balloon dots, balloon dots, balloon dots. All right, we do need body parts. Please put your body parts in the chat. Oh, here's what I was looking for before. But now I can't find. I guess I will use fabric tack. Unless you are learning. Yeah. I can probably do them. I don't enjoy the torn edges. And shake them all about. Yeah. I don't enjoy torn edges at all. Do the hokey pokey. Oh, I made a mess with that glue. Thankfully it dries clear. And it's wet clear. It's wet. It wets clear and it's dry clear. It's just clear all the way around. Maybe I'll just leave this. Oh, how about a little bit of bling in the top corner? Green. 3 pieces of green bling up in the top, only because I need something up there. There. Okay, I like the bling. It really makes, I think it makes a big difference. All right, now, while you guys are putting in your last ideas for body parts, I have these 3 or however many are 4 religious cards. If you would remake these into new cards, put a 1 in the chat and I will pick a winner. I will put your name in a drawing and pick a winner. Deborah. We're going to do the drawing the old-fashioned way. I got Deborah's name right here. There's Deborah. Nose, double chin, and hips. Okay. Nose. Double chin. And hips. 1 for Michelle. Oh, that's true. Yeah, Michelle. All right, so I have Deborah and Michelle. Anybody else want to enter? I will read the Mad Lib, and then you have until I'm done with the Mad Lib to enter. And then I will pick a winner. And I will fill the envelope to whatever the next stamp is with other ones that I might have. So I have this one, this one, this one, and this one. Crafty Al used to do live shows where she would be given a challenge and a sabotage. Challenge might be to use blue on every card. Sabotage might be you can only use liquid glue. Oh. You know what would be fun is to have the wheel and spin the wheel for a challenge and a sabotage. You know, have 2 wheels, a wheel spin for a challenge and a wheel spin for a sabotage. That would be hard to do. Ooh. like when I did the chaos crafting. Those were all pretty much sabotages. Like for me, a sabotage would be no glitter paper. I didn't use any glitter paper today, did I? Other than like a little bit as a trim, but like not a big piece. We have that one. Like this piece of glitter paper I used. And then there's like this ribbon that's glitter ribbon. And then there's that made from 2 cards. Usually I take 1 card and make them into 2. This one here, thank you, Susan, for the idea to use the ribbon. Also to fill in the holes there, that worked out good. And then there's this. Oh, we made a lot of cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 cards. That's a lot. All right. Anybody else want to be in the drawing for this? For religious cards? If there's only 2, I can split them up and send 2 to Deborah and 2 to Michelle. That's what I'll do. I will send 2 to Deborah, 2 to Michelle, and I'll fill up the envelope with other religious card fronts. So, I have Michelle's address, but Deborah, if you send me an email to tiggeria@gmail.com, it should be down in the description, or a private message on Facebook with your address, or a DM in Discord or whatever, I will send you religious cards. All right. Now, I will read the Mad Lib. Here we go. We have The Night Before Christmas. 'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the Benadryl, not a seahorse was stirring, not even a wild mustang. The children were nestled all snug in their light beams, while visions of s'mores danced in their hips. That's true. When out on the lawn there arose such a clatter, I sprang from my alleyway to see what was the matter. I knew in a fugitive priest it must be Saint Bruce with his miniature dune buggy and 5,280 tiny lemurs. I can't take it. Poor Bruce. I didn't know Bruce had a miniature dune buggy. I wonder if, Susan, do you know about all the lemurs? How do you feed them all? Okay. I'm laughing so hard I can't see the words. He filled all our poop bags. Well, he had the lemurs to do it. He filled all our poop bags. Then, laying his nose aside of his double chin up the chimney, he whopped. Susan, I don't know what Bruce is doing over there, but I don't know. But I heard him exclaim as he crashed out of sight, "Merry Christmas to all, and to all a nervous night." Now we know why Susan has 5,280 lemurs, tiny lemurs, because he has to fill the poop bags. I mean, you know, the lemurs got to poop. That was great. I know this one was one of the best in a long time. The kids in the neighborhood call Santa Bruce. Are you serious? So he is Santa. How do I have to put here? Santa. Santa. Santa Bruce. You don't care for lemurs. I love it. I love it. He has, with his miniature dune buggy and 5,200 tiny lemurs, he filled all our poop bags. Then, laying his nose aside of his double chin up the chimney, he whopped. I don't know how you whop up a chimney, but he could do it. That's great. This is great. I hope he listened to the Mad Lib about him, Susan. If not, you'll have to play it back for him. I didn't even read the lemurs and the poop bags as I was putting it together. You know what I mean? I didn't read the whole sentence. That is perfect. That's perfect. But poop bags going anywhere. Yep. If you whop up a chimney. Just whop. What are you doing, honey? I'm whopping up the chimney. I have my lemurs filled up the poop bags and I have to whop up the chimney. And then, of course, the s'mores, with visions of s'mores danced in their hips. That's what happens when you get older. You have s'mores and they go right to your hips. I love it. That was a great one. And Ange, I will send you the scraps. Even this. See, that would make a good bookmark. And these black and white scraps. And I think Ange likes this black and white card. I like the black and white card. I didn't like it to begin with. But I like it. I like how it came out. All right, you guys. Let's see. My schedule next Monday. YouTube, 7 o'clock. This week, Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday, I'm on Twitch. My schedule is always posted in my Discord, and I usually post in the Facebook group when I'm going live. Wednesday will be Animal Crossing. Thursday and Saturday are music. I don't usually post those because it's secret. That's how it goes. But yeah. All right. Thank you, everyone, for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you. This was our last Christmas in July stream. I don't know what I'm going to do next week. Probably something other than Christmas, just for a break of Christmas. But then we'll do Christmas more often since it is getting to be towards the end of the year. We're going to need those Christmas cards. I know. Even when I told you not to, Ange. Even when I told you not to. Thank you all for being here. I appreciate all of you. I will see you next Monday, if not sooner. And until the next time, you know what to do. Go get crafting. Bye-bye.